Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is good to see you guys, as usual. Haven't had that intro in a while because I've been doing a lot of vlogs, but this video is going to be a Q&A. I've been asked to do one for a while, and I know you guys want to learn some stuff about me, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so I have all my questions written down and everything, so I am ready. Alright, my first question is hospital essentials. So when I am in the hospital, things that I really have to have with me, a power strip, because it's really hard to plug your phone charger into the thing behind you because my phone charger doesn't stretch very far. I don't have a very long one, so I always bring a power strip like this. I'm trying not to knock down things, but a power strip like this, I always bring that one with me to the hospital, and it is very helpful. Another thing that I always bring is my makeup. I always love to bring my makeup with me. I love having my makeup with me because I love to do makeup, so that's another thing that I always love to bring with me. It keeps me having something to do. I always bring a makeup mirror to do my makeup with, it's this one right here. It's got all the light things you can change about it or whatever. It's a pretty cool thing. It's just a makeup mirror. What else? Snacks, of course. I bring a lot of snacks. Being on the adult side now, they don't have a snack fridge to keep your food in, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. Just because you're an adult doesn't mean that you shouldn't be able to not have food. That's crazy to me that they don't have a snack fridge for adults, but whatever. So yeah, those are some essentials that I bring. Like the snack foods that I bring are like foods that don't have to be refrigerated. So, you know, like just a bunch of different snacks. And then of course clothes. And sometimes I like to bring my own towels because the hospital towels suck. So yeah, I bring my own towels, and I'll bring some blankets from home and some pillows from home because the pillows and blankets also suck there. So yeah, I bring a lot of things from home. Another thing, let me actually show you. This is another thing that I bring with me, and it is a brick wall that I made with Child Life. As you all know, I am in adults now, but I can still decorate my room even if I'm an adult. I'm glad that I had the time with Child Life to make all of those things and to bring with me now to decorate my room in adults. So those are some of my essentials. Alright, so next question. How was my high school experience? High school, I was pretty much on homebound every, okay, so every year I would go to school for about a month, and then I would go on homebound for the rest of the year. But then there was my senior year, I stayed the longest. I stayed for about 3 months, which is the longest I ever stayed in high school. And because I wanted to try and go the whole senior year, but 2018 kicked my butt with CF. I had a lot of struggles, and I was in the hospital at least every other month in 2018, and that's how it's looking for me in 2019, so I'm trying to avoid that. IV antibiotics a lot, just being in the hospital a lot. So yeah, high school was very rough for me, especially senior year was probably the most rough year that I've had, but it also taught me the most, so I'm thankful for it as well. How old am I? I am 18 years old. My birthday is September 21st. I was born in 2000. So yeah, I am 18 years old. and I wish I wasn't. I wish I was still 16 or something, because I wish I was still able to go to the pediatric floor, but they kicked me out. So now I'm on adults, like I said, so it sucks. It sucks being an adult. I promise you, don't say, oh my gosh, I want to be an adult so bad, I want to grow up, because it is a trap and you will regret it, trust me. Next question, how do I handle being in the hospital so much? I don't really know how to answer that. I do go in the hospital a lot, and I don't really know how I handle it. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna admit I am a strong person. I've been through a lot in my life, a lot. So yeah, I'm very strong. Sometimes I do break down, and sometimes I just cry and just, you know, let it all out, and sometimes I can't handle being there. Sometimes I'm like, I have to go home. I can't handle being here another day. And sometimes I'm just like, I don't feel good. I need to come in, blah, 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 you know? So it's just, it's hard, but, you know, there's always times where I need to cry when I'm there, because it is tough. Being in the hospital so much, it does get really tough. So crying is a way of coping. My anxiety medicine is a way of coping. Talking to my therapist, that really helps me. Seeing people that I know, having my peds nurses come and visit, that really will brighten up my spirit. It just, things like that. So how is my mental health? I struggle with depression very bad. I struggle with anxiety very bad. And I struggle with fear of change very bad. All of those things do not combine very good together, because when one happens, it's kind of like everything. So when something changes in my life, I get very anxious, have panic attacks, and I get very depressed. So I hate change. I don't like it. I don't like being around change. It scares me. I don't know why. I've been like that my whole life, but it's gotten worse as I've gotten older. And you know, there's other people that are not like me, that like deal with change completely, like they're fine with it, you know, and they want to bring me down and like make fun of me because I deal with change different than them, and tell me I'm a baby and blah blah, you know, and it's just not right. People are very judgmental, and people will pretend to be your friends, but really in the end they are not your friends. So be very careful, like choosing who your friends are, because in the end all you really have is your family and yourself, and your animals, of course. They always got you. How has CF affected my dating life? Well, I used to not even tell people about me having CF. I would just tell people that I had pneumonia, and that's why I was in the hospital. Like if one of my boyfriends would ask, I would be like, oh, I just have pneumonia, you know, I'm sick, I have a cold, I have a really bad flu, you know. I always made up something. I never would tell anyone that I had CF. Only my very close friends knew, and that's it. And if they were to tell, I would get so mad. Like, I kept it a secret until my senior year of high school. That's when I really came out and I told everyone, and it felt so good for everyone to just know and me to not have to keep it a secret anymore. It felt so good to not have to keep it a secret anymore, and now my current boyfriend, he knows all about it. He comes and stays in the hospital with me. But some girls, I'm not trying to like bring drama on my channel or whatever, but there's these girls that they told other people that I'm scared to do my treatments around my boyfriend, that he won't let me, which I thought was hilarious, because I literally have pictures of me doing my treatments sitting right next to him and stuff. I don't know, people love drama, and people will do drama, like they just love to start drama, and that is, you know, really irritating. I hate drama, but when people drag me into it, I just, oh gosh, it drives me insane. So yeah, Alright, how has CF affected my friendships? How has CF affected my friendships? It definitely has. I will get really close with my friends, and then sometimes my friends will bail on me once I get sick or go in the hospital. They kind of just forget about me, you know? And there's times where I just keep going to the hospital and keep going to the hospital. I guess they think I get so used to it, I don't even care, and that they don't even need to message me anymore and say, I hope you feel better, you know? I still always want that message from my friends. I still want them to say, oh, I hope you feel better, you know? I still want them to be there for me. I still want them to be like, you know, I know you're going through a hard time. I know you're in the hospital. I'm here for you if you need me. Like, but there's some friends that when I go in the hospital, they totally forget about me, and that hurts a lot, because I still am a human. Going in the hospital for 2 to 3 weeks is not ideal, and I don't like it. I'm not used to it. So, I mean, I somewhat am used to it, but then again, every single time it's hard. It's not easy to go in the hospital. Like, each time it's hard. And, like, some friends just think, oh, she's in the hospital again. Oh, forget about it, you know? I like friends that are there for you and that will come and stay with me. And one thing I do not like, I'm just going to tell you guys this now. If you tell me you're going to come see me, then you better come see me. I'm just honest, like, because I get my hopes up when people tell me, oh, I'm going to come see you. It really gets annoying because, you know, I've been going there since I was 4 years old. How many times do you think I've heard, I'm coming up to see you, and they never show up? That is probably the worst thing that you can do to somebody, is tell them, oh, I'm going to come see you, get their hopes up, I'll get all ready, do my makeup, you know, get all excited, and then them tell me that they can't come. That is one thing that really, really, really irritates me. And I mean, if it's an emergency, yeah, like, I'm not going to be mad at you, but if you just can't come, like, don't tell me you're going to come. Do not tell me you're going to come see me in the hospital unless you are 100% sure that you're coming. That's all I have to say about that. Okay, how often do I go in the hospital? Here lately, I've been going in, I'd say, every other month or every 2 months. I've been going in a lot more frequently than I used to. I would go in about once a year. But as I've gotten, I think once I hit like 15, I started going in at least like 3 times a year, and then it started to get more and more and more, because CF is a progressive disease, and you're going to go in the hospital more and more as you get older, and it's going to progress as you get older, because that's just how the disease is, and it sucks, but that's just, like, I've had to accept that that's life, you know. What is CF? Cystic fibrosis is a lung disease. It affects many other organs in the body. Especially your pancreas, your liver, other things like that, but mainly your lungs. My pancreas does not work whatsoever. I have to take 3 enzymes. I used to have to take 5 enzymes every time I eat, but now I switched to a different kind of enzyme, so now I take 3 every time I eat, but it still sucks having to take anything. Every time you eat, you have to take pills. It's not fun at all, because if you forget your enzymes at home and you go out with your friends to go eat and you don't have them with you, I can't eat. Like, I can't eat or I will get really, really sick. So it sucks. That's definitely a very big downside to having CF, is when you don't have your enzymes, you can't eat no matter how hungry you are, because you have to have them to be able to eat. CF, your salt channels do not work, so I don't get enough salt. That is the main cause of CF. You don't get enough salt in your body, no matter how much salt you eat, whatever, nothing. So my salt channels don't work. When I sweat, I will get salt crystals all over my face, just everywhere. It is crazy. And like, you can literally, like, if you were to lick me, which is weird, but like, you can taste salt on me. Everyone that's licked me, they're like, you taste like salt. Like, that sounds funny, but I swear, it's just like my friends or something, like, you know, like lick my arm or something, you know, like, they're like, you taste like salt. And I'm like, yep. But so you don't get enough salt, and it can't break up the mucus in your lungs, so your lungs get more damaged over time because they get built up with so much mucus. And yeah, so PFTs, pulmonary function tests, are like it's like how your lungs are functioning. Mine are 69 right now. They're in the 60s. They used to be in the hundreds when I was about 14. Then 15, they were in the 90s, high 90s. 16, 90s. 17, 80s. And now 18, they are in the 60s, which is scary. I think I'm going to be able to get them back up to 70. You just got to be able to think, and you got to work really, really freaking hard. And, yeah, so it is hard. It is very hard. So that's what CF is. You start a YouTube channel. What made me start a YouTube channel is actually one of my nurses. Her name's Kim. She was begging me to start a YouTube channel. She was like, you could do makeup, you could explain what CF is, you could like do so many things, and you could be so positive, and so many people could learn from you, and I think you should do it. Like, she begged me every time I was in the hospital. She's like, start your YouTube channel, please. So I did. I finally started a YouTube channel, and there's a challenge that all my nurses have told me I need to do is try and do my makeup while I am doing my vest. That will come up sometime soon. You guys will get to see that. That will be a mess, I'm telling you. A vest is what you put on, and it shakes you to try and get your mucus up out of your lungs, and it shakes you like crazy like that. So trying to do your makeup while you're shaking like that, I don't know how that's gonna work out, but yeah. So yeah, my nurses begged me to start a YouTube channel, and I finally did, and I'm really happy that I did, because I know that there are, no matter if I don't have that many subscribers, whatever, you know, but there are some people that have told me that they look up to me and they are watching my videos, and I'm teaching them so much, and that means a lot to me. Are you excited for Make-A-Wish? Of course I'm excited for Make-A-Wish. I can't wait. I'm so thankful that I get to be a part of Make-A-Wish. I am so thankful that I get to do Make-A-Wish. Like, oh my gosh, that's so exciting. I'm not sure what I'm going to get to do yet. I think they kind of surprise you, because you give them a list of things that you want to do, and I guess they surprise you. So, yeah, so I'm really excited to get to see what I get to do, and yeah, it's going to be fun, a very fun experience. The hardest thing about having CF, there's a lot. I would say some of the hardest things about having CF, like I said, leaving your enzymes at home, not being able to eat if you don't have your enzymes. That sucks really bad. Waking up in the middle of the night, not being able to catch your breath. Waking up in the middle of the night, coughing your head off. Having to wake up and do treatments in the middle of the night, and then not being able to go back to sleep because they make your heart race so fast. Not being able to catch up with your friends. When I was younger, I didn't really notice it as much, but I started to notice it as I got older and older and older, that, you know, even like when I would play, like I played soccer, I played basketball, I played cheerleading, you know, I would notice that when I would run or something, I could not run without, like, oh my gosh, like feeling like there was an elephant sitting on my chest and getting so out of breath, and like, I'm like, why, how come that happens to me but nobody else, you know? And people have told me, your voice sounds like you have smoked for like 80 years. Like, people have told me really mean things, and that used to really bother me when people would tell me that my voice sounded like I smoked like a lot, which I don't even smoke. You know, it's CF. That's what it is. Oh gosh, I'm not talking about it. I literally need my inhaler right now. But I swear, like, and having to go to the nurse, and like take my enzymes before I went to lunch, and I used to have to get my blood sugar took too, but I don't anymore unless it's low. That's the only way I have to get it checked. But it was just embarrassing. I was really embarrassed all through high school, middle school. I was super embarrassed about having CF, so that's why I hid it and didn't tell anyone. That was a very hard thing about having CF. Another hard thing, going in the hospital, of course, so frequently. One huge thing, transitioning from pediatric hospital to adult hospital. That is definitely, I don't know if it's probably the most hardest thing I've went through having CF, because I grew up with those people, with those nurses at that hospital, you know, in those rooms, you know. I got used to that place, and like I said, I hate change. Those nurses became my best friends. They took care of me for so long, since I was 4 years old. That is, yeah, like, when they bring me, when I went to the adult hospital and they all bring me a poster that they had made for me, it broke my heart. I mean, of course, I was so overjoyed that they thought about me and they did that for me. But it also broke my heart knowing that it was in the end of something, and the little notes they all wrote for me. I took a video of my reaction to that. That those people are my best friends, and they always will be. And I will forever be thankful for them, because those nurses, those pediatric nurses, they're more than just nurses. They're family. They are friends. They care so much about you, you know. They have always done so much to make me feel welcome, make me feel at home, and there's not even one thing in the world that I could think of just to thank them for doing all of that. Like, I literally couldn't thank them enough for all of they've done for me. I love them to death. And yeah, so what has CF taught you? CF has taught me I'm a very strong person. CF has taught me that I'm a very strong person, and CF has taught me that no matter what, that I will always be my own advocate, that I advocate for myself no matter what. When I'm in the hospital, I advocate for myself, and my family does as well. And CF has made me hold on to life a little bit tighter, and to enjoy every breath that I take and not take anything for granted. CF has taught me that life is very, very short. I've lost a lot of friends to this disease, and that's also, I forgot, that's definitely one of the hardest things about CF is losing your friends, watching them pass away. When you've literally talked to them, like people that you've literally talked to, you've seen them in person, and they pass away, that is a very, very hard thing, you know. And gosh, it's taught me that, you know, you can't take your life for granted, because every breath is precious, and you should be thankful for every breath that you get. That's what CF has taught me. What's the best thing that CF has given you, and the worst thing? The best thing CF has given me is the people that I've met, the nurses that I've met, the food people at the hospital, the cleaning people at the hospital, everyone at the hospital. They're amazing. It's given me CF patients that I've got to interact with and talk to and hang out with, even though I'm not supposed to. It has given me some really awesome friends, and I'm so thankful for that. the worst thing that CF has given me is another thing is people. There are some CF people that I've met that are very, very rude, very, just rude. I mean, that's all I can really say. They're just very rude. I was in a group CF thing, and they all made fun of me and my friend for a video that we did. And this is one thing, you know, that people have been able to use against me. That's another reason I didn't tell people I had CF, because when they found out, they would say, oh, well, I hope you die from your disease, blah, blah, blah. But you would never think that someone who actually has the same disease as you would say that, but they will. They will literally, someone who has the same disease as you will tell you that they hope that you die from it. And that shocked me. It really did. It shocked me. But they will. You just got to be careful about who you're friends with. What state do you live in? I live in Kentucky. I don't feel like I am a Kentucky person, you know, because I'm not country whatsoever. Like, people say I have a very country accent. I don't think I do. I'm not country whatsoever. Like, I feel like I was made for living in the city or living in, like, LA or something, you know. Like, I don't feel like I should live in Kentucky. Here, my whole life. I was born here, raised here. Kentucky. What are your political views? I don't know. I mean, everyone should be able to discuss my opinion on political views. Everyone should be able to have their own opinion. Honestly, I believe that everyone should be able to have their own opinion. But there are people that do not believe that. They believe that everyone should think like them, and that's not okay. My political views, I am more leaning towards, I'm like a Democrat, I would say. I agree with a lot of things that they do. I don't know if I necessarily would call myself a Democrat, but I know for a fact that I'm not a Republican. I don't really agree with anything that they say or do. The president, I really, really dislike him. I don't think that he is good for our country. I feel like he has really divided us as a country, and he has done some disgusting things and said some disgusting things, and I don't think he's fit to be president at all. But it just shows how anyone could be president. I could literally be president if he could be president. So, like, it just shows, like, you know, anyone can be president. I believe that, and I hope I don't get hate for this, because I really, this is a very sensitive subject for me. I believe that everyone should be able to be who they are. If someone is a girl and they like girls, I believe that they should be able to love that person, because who are you to tell that person that they can't love that person, you know? That's not okay. Or if a boy loves a boy, how are you going to be able to tell them, no, that's not okay for you to love that person. You're going to hell for that. Like, I don't think that's right. I think God loves everyone. Yes, I've seen what the Bible says, but I believe in my heart that God loves every person, everyone in this world. I believe He loves everyone, and there's people that are really doing, like, horrible things, and there's people that are, like, literally worried about people being gay. Like, I just think that's insane. Or, like, being transgender or something. Like, people are worried about that. But there's literally, like, pedophiles, there's Nazis, there's freaking school shooters, there's all this crazy stuff going on in our country, and we're worried about, oh, they're gay, like, oh my God, like, I just don't understand that at all. My cousin, she just got married to a girl, and I couldn't be more happier for her. She's the happiest I've ever seen her, ever, and I'm so glad that God finally gave her happiness, and I do believe that God loves her and her girlfriend just as equally as He loves everyone else. And if you say that's a sin, and if you talk about they're sinning every day, everybody sins every single day. I promise you that. You lie a lot. Everyone lies a lot. Everyone does a sin. Like, a tattoo is a sin. Like, a lot of things are sins, and a lot of you guys do sins, but you guys judge other people for their sins, which is not right. So that's my views on things. I could go on and on. I'll do a video if you guys want to see, like, a video of my, like, political views and everything. I would love to do a video about that. But that's kind of my views. You can kind of tell, like, how I believe. I'm a feminist. I am not a crazy feminist, one of those girls that, like, runs around with their shirt off, you know. That's insane. I do not agree with that. I don't agree with some of the things that, like, when a baby's born, they should put it a gender X. That is stupid. I'm not that kind of person that believes like that. This government shutdown thing is insane for a wall that's not even going to keep people out. And, like, talking about immigrants, but, like, his wife is an immigrant. Like, I don't understand any of that. It makes no sense to me. But yeah, like I said, I could go on and on about that. I'm not going to in this video, but if you guys want a video, you can comment below. I would love to do a video about my political views. I know there's people that don't agree, and that's perfectly fine. Abortion, I believe that you should not be able to have an abortion after, I'd say you shouldn't be able to have an abortion after, like, 9 weeks. I definitely do not agree with abortion full term. That is insane. You're literally about to give birth to a baby anyway, so what's the point of having an abortion? But I am not a person to judge someone for their situation, because I have no clue what they're going through. So I'm not going to sit there and judge people, because that's just not me. I don't judge people. I'm not that person. So, yeah, that's just me. I don't judge people, and people can do what they want. Like I said, I'm going to do a separate video on that, because I could go on and on about that. And I know that some of you, like I said, will not agree with what I said, and I hope that doesn't keep you from watching my videos. I hope that we can all agree to disagree, and I hope that, you know, that you all will still respect me, because I respect everyone that has different opinions than me. I don't care if you're a Trump supporter. I don't care if you have different beliefs than me. I don't care. I really don't. I really think that everyone should be able to have their own opinion. I don't think that everyone should think the same. I don't think that everyone should think like me. Everyone should be able to have their own opinion, and that's how it is. That's how it is. Like, if everyone thought the same, the world would be so boring. I'll do a separate video talking about everything, and you guys can ask questions about that. I can do a Q&A about my political views, but I'm not going to do that right now. So let's move on to the next subject. So next question, how do you handle hard times? And I feel like I already answered something like this. How do I handle hard times? In different ways. I have really bad coping skills with stuff, so there's all kinds of different things that I do. I don't really handle hard times well. Like I said, I'm really bad with change and stuff, so hard times, I usually just cry and cry and cry until I can't cry anymore. So I'm not good at handling stuff like that, but I'm working on that with my therapist. Hopefully soon I can handle hard times better than I do now. Something and someone very important to me. Something very important to me is, of course, my treatments, my pills, my doctors, like, to keep me alive, all the medications, like, those are very important things to me, and my vest, my nebulizers. That's things that are important, because, I mean, I couldn't live without them. Someone very important to me, my whole family, my dog. Yeah, family is very important to me, and my dog, very important to me. My boyfriend, my nurses, hospital staff that takes care of me, Yeah. And, like, of course myself. I'm very important to me because I have learned so much and I've grown so much, and I'm so good at speaking for myself now. When I first, like, when I was 17, I was so scared to call anybody, like, to talk to anyone on the phone by myself. I always wanted my mom to do it for me. Now I'm 18 and I do it all the time, and it's a breeze, and it's so much easier, and it's crazy because I used to be so scared, but now I'll call someone, I don't even care. I'll call and make my own doctor's appointments. I call and do all that stuff, and it's crazy to think that I've grown so much, and that's a big step for me. So yeah. What made me get a port? And this is the last question. I got a port because if you can see on my arms, I don't know if you guys can see all these dots on my arms. Those are scars. There's scars. Scars on this arm too. Scars all over my arms from PICC lines. The veins were getting harder and harder to access for PICC lines, and I guess in adults, they don't really like to put people to sleep to put a PICC line in. I always got put to sleep for every PICC line, so I decided I would get a port. My port is right here. As you can see right now, it is very, very irritated. There are hives all over from the tape. Like I said, we had, so the tape has really irritated, and it's a little bit swollen, where you can feel the wire where it threads all the way up here. That kind of grosses me out. You can feel the port, which is right here. I can't really touch it. It's really tender right there. That's the port right there. This right here. Hold on, let me see if you can tell that it pokes out. See this? This is the port right here. It kind of pokes out, but you can barely tell, you know? The more weight you gain, the less you can tell that you have it. What made me get it? Of course, I told you why. My veins stopped working, and I needed IV antibiotics, and my doctors were begging me to get one. They really, because it's a lot easier for the doctors. They don't have to schedule me to get a PICC line, put to sleep and everything, so it's easier for them, so I did it. And do I regret it? I'm not sure. I have a lot of trouble with it. I think it hurts. Other people are like, it's a breeze, it's so easy. No, I think it hurts really bad. Every time it gets access, it hurts me so bad. But usually if they get it right in the perfect spot, I don't feel it. And I'm so excited when they get it in the perfect spot, but there's a lot of times that they don't, and that really, really sucks. When I woke up from surgery for my port, I was in the worst pain I've ever been in my life. I was in the worst pain I've ever been in my life for 2 weeks. I was on high-dose pain meds for 2 weeks. Like, I was in a lot of pain. I slept, like, as much as I could because being awake, I couldn't handle being awake. I was in so much pain. Walking to the bathroom, I would cry. So, yeah, the port, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. For my experience, it was very bad. It hurt very, very bad getting it. Yeah, so, I mean, for other people, they've said, oh, it didn't hurt at all, like, I didn't have any issues, but everyone's different, and I had too big of a needle in there anyway when I woke up from surgery, so the first needle change was the most painful thing I think I've ever went through, maybe, I don't know. One time I stepped on a curler, and that getting burned like that is, oh my gosh, one of the worst pains I've ever. Oh, yeah. The first needle change is the worst, I will tell you that, and it gets better. It doesn't hurt as bad, of course, as the first time, but, you know, I had just been cut open. I don't even want to talk about it. It hurts so bad. I had just been cut open, and there was a huge bruise covering my port because, you know, they had cut me open and everything, so I had a huge bruise. They stuck the needle right through the bruise. Oh, gosh, thinking about it grosses me out. It hurt like a bitch. I'm not, yeah, I just cussed, whatever, but it did. I'm not gonna lie to you. It hurt so freaking bad. yeah, that was horrible. I would, like, getting another port, I don't think I could ever get another port. If mine stopped working, I think I would go back to PICC lines, and I would say, put me to sleep, or I just won't get, like, IV antibiotics. Like, I can't do that. Nope, it's whatever. But, yeah, those are all of the questions, and I'm glad I got to answer those for you guys. I hope I answered everything, to the best of my abilities, and I hope it helped you guys out. I'm really glad to do this. I love doing stuff like this. I'm glad that you guys sent me in questions, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video. I love you guys. Bye.